Hey, I'm Angie, math teacher turned math coach, and who doesn't love some fractions? Hey, so this little guy is a miracle worker in the classroom as you discussed fractions. Now, in second grade, that's what I always taught for the last several years. And so what I loved about this is we really only focused in on these fractions, obviously one whole, but halves, fourths, and eighths. And what I loved about this is whenever they saw this, they were able to see that 2 halves makes a whole, that 4 fourths makes a whole, and that 8 eighths makes a whole. Now, the biggest misconception with fractions is that the larger the number gets, that the bigger the fraction is. That's not actually accurate with fractions. And so an eighth is smaller than a fourth, but 8 is bigger than 4. And so that concept is very difficult for students to understand. That's where this little piece comes in. You also very well might have, a lot of my teachers have the fraction strips in their classrooms. So they come in little sets and they don't have to color this. They can see the whole and pull out the halves and the fourths and the eighths and do exactly that. Only pull out the fractions that they need to look at. Okay. If you want to extend it with a higher group or something like that, do that. But I also definitely had mine label this. In second grade, the standard only wants them to be able to look at it in words. It doesn't really want a numerator and denominator. And so this is how I had them label it. I showed them 2 halves makes a whole, 4 fourths makes a whole, and 8 eighths makes a whole. And then I showed them that the more pieces they had to break it into, the more pieces it was broken into, the smaller they got. That's a very difficult concept for students to understand. So this is a manipulative that lets them see that. Another manipulative that always lets them see that and understand that is bringing real food into class for them. And so I actually would do that, whether it be with cookies or with a Hershey bar, is a really great way for them to understand that concept. So the more pieces that it has to be broken into and shared with others, the less I'm going to get. So that misconception is something that definitely needs to be cleared up as you teach fractions. So peace out, bean sprouts.